Not everything that glitters is gold. In taxation, we say you are not supposed to claim all VAT expenses that your business incurs. But we are seeing a trend whereby most businesses do claim input VAT from all expenses and purchases that their businesses incur. At some point, this could feel like a genius move, a brilliant one, but not until KRA comes knocking on your door. Why? They want to give you an additional tax assessment. Let's be clear that input VAT is only supposed to be claimed from expenses and purchases that relate to your supply of taxable goods and services. But for those goods and services that you sell and are not charged VAT, you should also not claim input VAT from them. When it comes to taxation, the way we compute the VAT payable is we deduct input VAT from output VAT. Input VAT is the 16% of all the value of the purchases and expenses that your business incurs. And output VAT is the 16% of the value of the sales that you make as a business. And this is money that you're collecting on behalf of the government, which you should remit by 20th of the following month. However, you should only claim input VAT from expenses and purchases that are related to your VATable sales. We have two types of sales. One is VAT exempted and the other one are VATable sales. For VAT exempted, as the word suggests, these sales do not attract VAT charges, but for VATable sales, they attract VAT. Now, let's take an example of a school. A school or a college offers two types of services. One, the VAT exempted services, and number two, the VATable services. VAT exempted services are like when a school charges tuition fees, they charge examination fees, or even student transport fees. And these activities or these services, the school is not supposed to charge VAT, and they do not charge. And therefore, it goes without saying that the expenses and purchases that are incurred by a school with reference to provision of these VAT exempted services, that input VAT should not be claimed or recovered. I've seen schools that do that, and it doesn't take so much time before KRA comes for them. I'm talking about you buy furniture like desk, chairs, tables that students use for learning. Don't claim input VAT from them. You buy electronics like cameras, computers, printers, projectors. Don't claim VAT from them as long as they are used for purposes of facilitating learning. Utilities, electricity cost, water cost has input VAT on them. As long as it is for facilitating learning, don't claim input VAT on them. But for any other service that you're offering that attracts VAT and you charge VAT on the prices of those goods and services, for instance, in case of a school, we are talking about they could rent out their buses, hire out some halls, or even do consultancy. All those incomes are subject to VAT, and therefore any expense or purchase they incur with respect to provision of VATable services, that input VAT should be recovered by all means and purposes. If they hire a trainer, a consultant who charges VAT on the consultancy fee, or whether it is fuel for the bus that is meant for facilitating provision of VATable services, all that it should be claimed. Whether it is paint that they buy to do renovations for their halls, that as long as the end result is to provide a service that is VATable, by all means and purposes, go ahead and claim. So in short, I'm saying that to avoid additional tax assessment from KRA, avoid claiming input VAT from expenses and purchases that are not at all or by all means related to your provision of vatable sales. Always ask yourself, as an accountant or as a business owner, does this purchase relate to my supply of a taxable service? If the answer is yes, by all means and intent, go ahead and claim. But if the answer is no, don't, because sooner or later, KRA people will come knocking on your door. And when they do, your business will end up paying more taxes, penalties, fines, and interest. Always comply, because prevention is better than cure.